Here we are, day 2. As promised, we are live. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Hola, hola, amigos. Shalom, mihishpacha. And hey, fam. So, I'm jumping right in. Here we are, day 2 of the Vid-A-Thon. I love doing this because I get to engage with friends from all over the world. So I'm Central Standard Time every day this week. During the weekdays, I will be live from 12:30 to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm doing a Vid-A-Thon for the Beauty of Jesus podcast. Hey. So as y'all know, that's my podcast. And we are reaching people with the message of the love and the beauty of Jesus. And so with that, the podcast has opportunity for growth, going not just from audio platforms to YouTube, but also to television stations. And so with that, the television stations, we are, and by we are, I mean I am here, and my team behind the scenes, they are not present, but they are here in spirit. So thank you for my behind the scenes team. But we are going live to raise the funds so that we can be fully sustained on air. So far, there are 4 television networks that want to have our podcast become a 30-minute television show. And some channels want it to be longer, but for now I'm saying a 30-minute segment once a week is what is doable for my end on production. So with that, I have the goal of 8, it's been a long morning, not 8. The goal is $5,000 a month for us to maintain our podcast platform, and then for television networks as well. And we'll be able to continue to bring quality content from yours truly, and then also all the people that I will host and interview and have on the show. And sometimes we will be on the road. So yes, I am based here in Kansas City, Missouri, but other times, as I travel, we'll be interviewing people from other places, other locations as well. So there are great things on the horizon, but this Vid-A-Thon is for that purpose. So thank you to supporters that we've had so far. Thank you for the new people that jumped on board, and thank you for those who will soon jump on board because you've been asking questions. So, back in the day, I am a product of the 80s. So back in the day, we used to have telethons. And so there'd be TV channels where people would be calling. You have all these people in phone booths, and they're calling and they're sharing testimonies or sharing vision, etc. But then people call in and they go, I'm going to give this much a month for whatever the cause or the program was, right? Because a lot of programming is, we call it crowdfunded these days, but back in the day, it was listener supported, public broadcasting stations, etc. But nowadays, I'm just saying it's a crowdfunded show. Later in the future, we will be income producing through other means like books and music, and I'm speaking like engagements, live events. But for now, this is a crowdfunded show. So this is where you come in. So if you're not part of the team yet, you can donate on a monthly situation, or you can donate really whenever you want. It can be one time, weekly, monthly, 99 cents or more. And so with 99 cents or $1, $5, whatever works for you, 10, 20, 30, 40, hundreds, whatever is in your heart to do, that's what I'm asking you to partner with. So I'm going to continue doing this. This is the week I am putting it out there for the public and letting everybody know, friends, family, far and wide, this is the opportunity to partner with me for the production of the podcast on all platforms, video and audio and as well as television now. So that will be the jump. And so I just wanted to share a little bit more of my heart. So I'm going to say our goal, again, is $5,000 a month. Currently, drum roll, please. I don't have any editing going on, so I'm actually drum rolling my leg. So far, we have 1,000. Oh, you're so cute. Hey. You sound so cute. My cousin's on here. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for saying I look cute because I have not been feeling well. But so hey, I'm jumping on doing what I gotta do anyway. So thanks. But so far, the amount that we have, we're 21% of the way there, and it's $1,028.98. So thank you for those who have given so far, and that's where we are. So now I'm asking for help to fill the other 79% that is needed. And so I'm so excited because there's so many different ways that you can help. So one, you can join in this Vid-A-Thon. You can join in and you could share it on your Facebook. So on Facebook, you can share this as a watch party. If you want to watch it with some of your friends or invite some people. I know people from all walks of life are on here and on my friends list. So, you can invite people that you think are be interested in media, messaging, podcasting, music or movies that is Christ-centered. And you know that my heart is to reach this upcoming generation with a message of truth, hope, and love and the beauty of Jesus. And so my message is that the love of God and the power of God, it sustains us. It is so sustaining. It will sustain us for all of our lives, and it will actually prepare us for the days ahead, which I will be getting into at a later date. A big part of what I carry as well is not just being fascinated by the beauty of Jesus, but leading from the place of fascination and preparation and to preparing for his return. And so there are a specific set of things that will happen when he returns that it's crucial for us to have our hearts and our heart posture be solidified on his beauty so that we can maintain and we can steward and we can prophesy and we can lead in those days. So with the podcast, that's one platform. And with this platform right now, it's in my main focus. And then the book will be the second focus. But right now, this is only talking about the podcast. And so, so again, if you want to become a financial partner, you can donate 99 cents or more, however frequently you want. Monthly is what I'm really, what I kind of make our budget off of, but a monthly supporter would be ideal. So you can do a subscription on Anchor FM, which I will put in the comments below. If you did not see yesterday's video, you can go back and look in the comments of day one. You will see on my timeline, you can give on Anchor FM, which is not tax deductible. So whatever you give, whatever amount you sign up for an Anchor, that it's I appreciate it. That will not be a tax write-off for you. So if you do want a tax write-off for your donation, which you can, because everything I do is under a nonprofit organization called Modern Day Missions. So if you want to give and have your tax deductible receipt, then you want to give via my Modern Day Missions link. So that is also in yesterday's comments. I will also put it in today's comments after the live is done. So we'll be done today at 1 o'clock. And so far, so far good. About 10 minutes in. So that is how you can donate. And you can set the frequency. And so if you want to be part of the mailing list, just shoot me a message with your email and I'll add you to our monthly mailing list as well. So watch party, financial partners. If you want to host a private event, totally, I speak. I will come travel, whether it's a church or in your house or a small group or a home group. I will come and speak and share the message, and you can have an opportunity to partner in that way as well. You can host a virtual event, so we can do a virtual gathering, either via Zoom platform or via a private platform like this. And so there's many different ways that we can gather and network and talk. But my heart is really discipling the next generation through media outlets. So the Lord has called me to be, and I am a media messenger. And so through the avenue of media, which is social media, which is music, which is books, songs, other creative means of movies, etc., these are ways that I am called to disciple the next generation. And it frustrates me when I see the enemy fully funding people who are fueled by darkness to reach this next generation. And then the church, we're sitting here, twiddling our thumbs and having bake sales and playing bingo nights while we are missing reaching a whole generation. And so that is something that I'm like, you know what? I'm stepping in and I am doing what God's called me to do, and I'm partnering you to help us get there. So part of Unreached People Group, some of you guys know that I come from a background of missions. You know, I've been a pastor for years. I was a missionary overseas in different countries. I was in Sierra Leone. I was in Liberia, Israel, Egypt, Jamaica, different places. And so I was usually working with the orphan. Had to do with music, had to do with justice, had to do with war-torn places, having rehabilitating kids who've been through trauma, etc. That is the theme of my life. Feels like. And God sent me back to the United States some years ago, because the reality was that there is a whole generation of American youth that is completely lost. And there are very, very few people that are intentionally going after them on the side of light. There are very few people that are intentionally seeking them out. And I'm raising my hand and saying, yes, God. I'm going to go after them, and I'm going to lay down my life. I'm going to pour out myself as a drink offering for them, to say that, hey, you know, if this generation of American youth go off into darkness, they will have to climb over my dead body to do it. They'll never say, oh, you know, Joma never told me the truth. They'll never say, oh, I was around her and I just didn't know. I wish someone would have told me that there was another way. I wish someone would have told me I didn't have to give my body like I'm a prostitute. I wish someone would have told me I didn't have to give myself to drugs and to alcohol. I wish someone would have told me I didn't have to work myself to the bone just to try and get a position, just so that I can feel value. I wish someone would have told me there's a God who loved me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm saying it. I'm saying it every way that I can. I'm saying it via song. I'm saying it via book. I'm saying it via social media. That the Lord desires you. The beauty of Jesus is where it's at. And so the reality is, some years ago, the Lord highlighted to me that the youth of America, and this is like an old statistic, so know that it's even worse now, but only 4% of American youth were even engaging in church. So, you know, hear my heart. I'm not bashing the church world. I'm not bashing, you know, pastors and leaders in the church world, because I was one. Okay. I'm just saying that I'm taking personal responsibility and personal ownership. And I'm saying, you know, pastors of America, we've missed it. We have missed, and we are missing, an entire generation. Whatever you're doing is not working. And I'm okay with stepping out of the mold. I'm okay with stepping away from, you know, corporate Bible school Christianity, business model Christianity, and stepping into the kingdom, whatever that looks like, to whatever God's called you. Because I believe that God has his people in all spheres of society. And one of those spheres of society is media, is entertainment. And so within that sphere of media, in that sphere of entertainment, I'm saying I'm going to reach these young people. But the sad reality is that only 4% of American youth and young people that are 36 years old and under have even been exposed to church. Only 4% of American youth and young people. You can say young adults and youth. So when I say young adults, I'm thinking 36 and under, according to these statistics. And when I say youth, I'm saying like 19 and under. Okay. And so that grieves my heart. We, as America, you know, we send missionaries all over the world. And now it's like people from all over the world are being sent here because our nation has reached a point that we are becoming lost. Once a nation gets to under 4% of engagement with, you can say, missiology or missions and church work, it's saying that is an unreached people group or underreached people group. And once it gets to 1% or below, then it's an unreached people group. So these statistics are from years ago. It was actually about 2009. So we know that a lot has happened since 2009, and the engagement has gone down even more. So I'm saying we need to engage young people more. We need to engage them with the gospel, with the the truth of who Jesus is, and we need to package it in ways that will get to them. Because the reality is that most of them, 96% or more of them, are not coming to the church. So that means that we need to go to them. Okay, we need to go to them. And one of the ways that we can go to them and get to them is through media. So the devil knows, the enemy knows, he doesn't play fair. So from a very young age, he is targeting, and all of the companies and corporations who have partnered with him have targeted and are targeting our young people. And they're discipling them through media, through shows, through movies, through books, through songs, into demon worship, into witchcraft, into perversion, into immorality. And I'm not okay to sit idly by with it. For the assault that they're under, there needs to be a solution and an answer that is more powerful and more alluring than that. And the programs and the things that the church has produced is not cutting it. And honestly, half the stuff, I love Jesus, half the stuff I wouldn't even want to do because it's boring. And it lacks spiritual life, and it lacks vitality. But the truth, backed up with the demonstration of the Spirit's power, is what these young people need. We need to get back to the basics, which is worshiping the Lord in spirit and in truth. They don't want to just hear about God. They want to see him. They want to know him. They want to experience him. They want to see if your life has some power on it, and if there's something in you that can be transferred unto them. And the answer is yes, yes, yes. But the thing is, we have to walk it out. And so I'm being part of the solution, and I'm joining you to be part of the solution as well. So go ahead, whether you're live, and I'm on this platform, I know, see, there's about 30 people watching, but I can't see everybody's names. So for all you that are watching, God bless you, and share this video. Share it now, share it live, share it later. You can send personal messages, private messages. You can share it on your timeline. Just share away, and then connect with me, because one, I want your support. You know, you can support me $1 a month, $5 a month, $100 a month, whatever is in your heart to do. But my goal is $5,000 a month. And so it's something that, that I definitely need your support on, but it's very doable. So if we have, I don't know how many, I think on this Facebook page, there's about maybe 4,000 people at most. If everyone gave $1, the shows on 4 or 5 networks would all be funded. $1 a month. You know, if people gave more, we can do a lot more. We can do a whole lot more. Because the reality is, there are other opportunities, a lot of opportunities that have come, but I've just said no to, just for lack of manpower and lack of resources. But honestly, the more money that comes in, the more we can get done for the gospel, the more lives that we can touch. Because the reality is, I don't want to, and I believe from heaven, our calling isn't to make converts. You know, again, I'm not speaking ill of people, but I've seen people in the Christian world say, oh yeah, you know, we have so many converts here, and that's great that, you know, people are giving their life to the Lord, but like in your meeting or in your evangelistic effort, that's awesome. That's fruit. It's like you went fishing and you caught a fish. The thing is, but God's calling was for us to make disciples. He didn't just say, oh, go make converts of all nations. He says, you make disciples. Make disciples. Converts, that's a different story. It can be someone who might make a decision in a meeting, but then a week later or 5 years later or 10 years later, like, what is the fruit of that meeting? What is the fruit of their decision? We need people that come alongside these converts and actually disciple them into their identity, disciple them into wholeness, disciple them into the man Christ Jesus, disciple them into the fullness. And so disciples are all in. When you look at the lives of the disciples, look at the Jesus's fruit. It's like, come on, Jesus's fruit. He chose 12 teenage young men, right? And he poured himself into them for 3.5 years, only for 3.5 years. And those 12 young men, they changed the whole world upside down. And there were more, of course. It was like the 70, the 120, their families. But the reality is, Jesus discipled these 12 teenagers so well that it turned the world upside down. And we are still learning and living and gleaning from the fruit of their labors. Much, much fruit. So I'm saying, give me a generation of American young people. Give me, here's the thing, to take the generation, I don't need thousands following me. I'm not deceived by big numbers. I just need a small core group of committed that I'm able to pour into and raise up, and then they will go out and they will duplicate and duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. And so with this podcast, there is a group of people that are emerging saying, Joma, I hear you. This is new to me. This is life to me. I'm all in. I want more. And so I am gathering them. And from there, I'm going to go into intentional discipleship times and then connecting them to people, whether those who are local. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. Those who are in Kansas City, Missouri, I can be face to face with. Those who are long distance, I will disciple long distance and through virtual groups and virtual mentoring programs, and then connect them to a leader that they can see face to face in their own city, in their own town, in their own state. So with that being said, partner with your girl. Partner with me. And if you want to hear more about these coming courses, I haven't been publicizing everything I'm doing because the discipleship that I do, we go deep. We go real deep. And it's something that most people aren't ready for, honestly. And the things that most people they haven't heard before. And so I don't want to just scatter information, because we are, as human beings, accountable to what we hear. We're accountable to what you know. If you don't know it, then it's like, okay, you don't know it. You're ignorant. You don't know it. You're not accountable to it. But once you hear a thing, once you know a thing, you're accountable to it. And so I'm very guarded with my words, and to be sure that I don't share things with people that they're not ready to hear yet. They're not able to steward yet. But if you are ready to be all in, if you're saying come what may, rain or shine, then I've opened up this core group for people that I am mentoring and discipling. That was a segue. All that to say, the podcast is bearing fruit, and it's gathering people who are hungry, and they are saying, you know what, I want more. I'm ready to take that step of not just listening, not just not being a follower of Jesus, but actually I'm ready to be a disciple. I'm ready to become a mature witness. And that is a whole different ballgame, which is wonderful, and I love it. So partner with me. I'm 21% of the way there. I will post those things later today. I actually have, how much time do we have left? Okay, we actually have about 7 more minutes. Let me see if there's anyone in the chat that I've seen. JP. Weston, I see your message. If you're still on, hello, Weston. I hope you're doing well. Okay, I don't see any more comments. So besides my sweet cousin singing on cute. I love that. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Okay, well, I am going to go back. We have hellos coming through Messenger. Hi, yes. So, yes, if you are interested, I will go and I will put, sorry, I need to do one thing at a time. Okay. I will not look at that right now. Sorry, I'm reading the messages. Yeah, so if you are ready to sign up, thank you. I'm so excited. So excited to have you on my team, because the reality is this isn't just like, oh, you're just donating to, some cause or some foundations. Like, you're partnering with me to reach this generation. And so we're partners together, linking arms, whether you give $1 a month, or whether you give $10 a month, or whether you give $100 a month, or whether you give $1,000 a month, whatever's in your heart to give, you throw in your 99 cents, guess what? You're part of the team. And your investment is going towards reaching souls and discipling young people. And beautiful, beautiful things are happening. I will share, I shared some testimonies or some stories of what's happening in people's lives yesterday. Today, I don't have time to share many new testimonies because we only have 5 minutes left. But I am just saying tomorrow I will. And then Thursday, I'll actually have a guest on. And I'll bring some people in. And if you are listening and you're interested, if we're connected and you are interested in jumping in the live, sharing a testimony, I will just add you to our space here, and you can we can do that. Because I have been a part of just different groups, different apostolic companies or churches or houses of prayer or missions organizations, really all over the world for the past, trying to do the math in my head, 25 years. Wow, your girl's getting up there. So yeah, for the past 25 years, I've been doing that. And so my heart is in different places. I have a piece of my heart in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. A piece of my heart is in Jerusalem, Israel. A piece of my heart is just, these different locations where I've been and, sown into the land, sown into the ground. A piece of my heart is in Iowa. A piece of my heart is in a big piece of my heart is in Los Angeles and Hollywood, California. So all these different places, let's continue to build, let's continue to sow, let's continue to encourage one another into these things. And I'm saying too, I still do travel. And so I know there are some gatherings people ask me for Iowa, for Florida, Texas, and California. So if you are, in Missouri, of course, because I'm here, so I can travel there. But if you are in one of those states, so between now and February, there are things in the calendar that I will be traveling for. And if you want to know about my traveling schedule, then send me a personal message and I will add you to that email list that says when I have releases coming out as far as books or music, and then travel schedule. But this is the podcast. Thank you. We have a lot of great guests lined up. We have a lot of things on the docket for the rest of this year heading into next year. But before that, I want to make sure that our foundation is set and that our goal of our $5,000 a month is met. That way, we don't have any hiccups with our production and with how things function. And we'll be on all of the major podcast platforms, and we'll be on 4 major, 2 major Christian networks and 2 other Christian networks that are, in my estimates, not as major, where they don't have like a worldwide broadcast, but they do have broadcast in the United States. So I feel like that 30 minutes goes by so fast. So just know that my heart is to reach young people. They are less than 4% of them even have any church exposure or go to church, for less than 4% of American youth. That should be alarming. So if they're not coming into the church, we as the church need to go out and get them intentionally. And then also of that, I noticed, because I used to be a youth pastor, that, of the churches that do go after young people and have youth in them, or even have youth pastors, people that are specialized in that area, they are more so in suburban communities that can afford, they have larger churches, larger church staff, or even just more money to work with because of the income of their people and the tithes and things like that. But when it comes to the inner city and inner city churches, inner city organizations, however you function, or even house churches in the inner city, the pastors are working a full-time job and they don't have the means to even hire staff. And so the young people are very under-engaged, under-messaged. And so I am, even in a more vigorous way, going after young people who are from cities, going after young people who are from urban cores, going after young people who are Black or who are Latino or Spanish speaking. So everything I do, you'll see, it'll be it'll kind of have like an urban flair to it. 1, that's my style, but 2, that is the demographic that is the unreached people group that God really has on my heart. So 1, it's the Hebrew speaking people, the Jewish people. 2, it's the unengaged, under-engaged American youth, especially from the urban cores, and those who are Spanish speaking, those who are Black, those who are just in the city, regardless of their ethnic background, they're the ones I'm going after. And so know that you are partnering with me, you're partnering with that. I see some more messages coming in. You can give whatever's on your heart to give. You don't have to give a set amount. That was a good question. I'm going to wrap up for sake of time, so just join me for day 3 tomorrow. But yeah, so someone just asked, how much can I give? You can give whatever's on your heart. So the smallest amount that you can give is 99 cents. And the largest amount, there really is no set amount. So I have someone who gives $4.99 a month. It's like $4.99. I have someone else who gives $5 a month. I have someone else who gives $400 a month. So it's whatever's in your heart to do, you know? And so I say, do what's in your heart. And I say yes and amen to it. And I just say there's other ways to partner, which I will share more about tomorrow because I want to be true to my word and keep these to 30 minutes. Okay. So I love you. I thank you. I thank you. I will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Do a hashtag replay and I will check it. And I guess that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and message me. All right. Shalom, shalom. Thank you. Bye-bye, family.